So, Walter, talk about just the experience of being in Lexington at the Lexington Comic Con, because you do a lot of cons. Just how's it been this weekend for you?
Oh, how's it been in Lexington? It's been very nice in Lexington. I've had a very nice time. Everybody's very accommodating and very friendly, very generous emotionally. Which is always a reinforcing experience for me. I enjoy being at cons. I just don't like going to them. I don't like to travel, but I thoroughly enjoy meeting the people and finding and experiencing their enthusiasm and their congeniality. So all of that is good.
Well, we were talking last night about the fact that you're from New York City and now you're living in L.A. So you're pretty much in the two biggest cities in the country. A small town like this, are you surprised by the turnout?
Yeah, I'm getting used to that. I for a long time I went to a small town and there was a small turnout. It's changed. There's so many supernatural and science fiction shows and horror shows on the air now that there's enough to interest just about everybody who watches television. So the crowds have grown proportionately.
What would you tell folks who get to see this later on about whether or not they should come to Lexington Comic Con?
Sure, come to Lexington Comic Con. If you enjoy, comic-related memorabilia and toys, and you have kids that enjoy that stuff, and you like the movies and all the costumes, it's a fun time. I think you'll have a good time.
Nichelle was here last year, and we were talking about just the impact of the show in general, of the original Star Trek, and how it had such an impact on people. Tell me a little bit about what you've heard from fans about the impact that your character Chekhov had on them.
Well, I know many people that I know, I only know through hard mail, because they, having seen me play the Russian, they were inspired to do some double agent stuff, and they got caught. Got caught on the one hand by Soviet forces, and on the other hand, when they were doing double agent stuff, they got caught by the United States federal government. I know one chap who's spending 10 to 20 years in jail as a result of getting into the State Department and finding some material that was not for public consumption, and trying to sell it. If they did it idealistically, I might have some support for them. But they were really trying to sell it. They wanted to make money off of it, which is not a good thing to do.
A lot of fans may not know, but and if you don't want to talk about it, no problem. But the fact that you've got a 50th anniversary coming up with your wife, that doesn't happen very often with people anymore. Can you talk a little bit about just kind of how you guys met and you've been together, how you've kept it together for 50 years?
Well, we met at a Christmas party. I asked her to be a scene partner with me to get into an acting company. And after about 4 months in the company, we started dating, and that's the name of that game. We've been together for 50 years.
What was it like from the transition from Star Trek when it was canceled and then brought back as a movie? Did you have any reservations about coming back, or were you excited about bringing the role back?
I was just excited about working. We were canceled abruptly. There was obviously still a fairly enthusiastic group of people out there who wanted to see Star Trek, so it was sort of an aborted run for us. We should have gone longer to begin with. And when we were told it was over, I assumed that it was over. I'm not one of those people who embrace optimism. I feel if the worst thing can happen, it will. So when we were told the show was canceled, I assumed, well, now what do I do with the rest of my life? So coming back and doing the movies was kind of a miracle. It was all very unexpected, and I had a great time. And of course, it's so bizarre how the show and all of the succeeding generations of the show, Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, all of those have done so well, have developed such a following, and have made it possible for us, the originals, to endure in the consciousness of folks. We did not fade away. General MacArthur, during this, after he was fired by Harry Truman, said that old soldiers never die; they just fade away. Well, in our situation, old soldiers just keep getting older. And we're still around, so there you are. It's good.
And one final thing, lost Leonard Nimoy last week. Just kind of let us know what he was like, and for those that never got a chance to meet him and to work with and that kind of thing.
Well, he was a very good man. He was a bright man. He was a very socially aware man. He supported social causes, political causes that I happen to agree with. He was sensitive, very, very professional. He was always in character when he was playing Spock. And somebody you can count on. If you needed help, you needed support in some way, you could go to him. Very loyal in that regard. You can't say that about everybody. It would be nice if you could, but you can't. And you can't even say that about everybody involved with Star Trek, but you can say that about Leonard Nimoy.
Awesome. Thank you.